gonna say, did I get that? Oh, yeah, I guess I didn't. 1 second. All right, we're all tweeted out and stuff. Hello, internet. How we doing? And some Zenless tonight. Before we do either Crash Nitro Carter year-end stuff. I don't know. We will find out together. We'll go with Caesars.
Charge with me.
Oh, that's all right, Mark. Fantastic. Okay, just give me the one, just all of the one bang boo already. Sure.
Time to rumble.
I feel like I should just focus on leveling up right now.
Heating up.
Okay, so basically. Basically, I have to get up to purple now. I don't want any more of the power bank booze.
Time to rumble.
Hey, everybody, how's it going? Let's see, last one's gold. Hey, yeah. Don't mind me, I was handling something in the background. Someone was like, I want the product listings for the new Gavon show. And I'm like, it's one of the usual places. Literally.
Prove your heart through battle. Sending reinforcements.
Because I why would I be celebrating something that is probably going to fail miserably? Because all these big company mergers fail. But honestly, I have no hard thoughts on it because no one's done anything. So it doesn't matter.
The fight is picking up.
Oh, goody. No Snyderverse. It's like the If there wasn't one to start, wasn't a chance of it coming back to start with, to be honest. So that doesn't change anything.
Sending reinforcements.
Oh. Not enough to get 5 in there.
The fight is picking up. On standby. Hang on. Leave it to me.
Oh no, we lost.
Leave it to me.
Oh, I did get the soda I picked up off Joe Collectibles Black Friday sale in today. The UPS man kind of stealthily dropped it off because none of us heard him drop it off this afternoon. So I checked the tracker and it was like, it was delivered at the front door. And I'm like, okay. Go outside, check, just outside the gate.
Ready full assault. Hang on.
I don't remember the hack variants, but I basically ended up with the two that are favorable. Let me lock that shop because I'm stupid because I forgot to pick up the character first.
Leave it to me.
But the first set around. Oh crap. We're still locked. No. The set 2 is Ombre Skibbo's Gotchard, Not Rider Valvarod, Geats Oneness, Cross Geats, both of those two from the Geats movies. Or movie, not movies. And I got a dupe of Not Rider Valvarod and a dupe of Skibbo's, which I should be able to use. I could probably use the Not Rider Valvarod to do Lacus Valvarod from like the 2 times it happened in the show. And I think the dupe of the Skibbo's could probably be used for one of the other extra Gotchard forms from set 4, I think. I forget if it was set 4 or set 5, but one of the two.
The hour has come. Obstacles shall fall.
And then set 3. The case box a little, but it's fine. That's already at the perforated edge. I'm trying to pick it up. But set 2 has Jamashin Buffa. Technically, it's Nako in Gyako Fantasy. Regard plus Regard Omega, Gold Dash, and then Ant Wrestler, Gotchard. Which the dupe I got was Gold Dash, which, hey, look, I could do Daybreak Gold Dash if I want. But there's no other dupe in that set. Honestly, I probably just do Regard Omega and just call it a day. The Gyako helmet's gonna go on an entry body. And then, I don't have a dupe Ant Wrestler. I don't know what to do with the Jamashin, though. Might use, because we have Explosion Rage. So I don't really need it as a Buffa final form. Camera craft updated. Nice. That's fine. I can't grab anybody now. Might do that tomorrow. So, whatever I put on the schedule that I forgot. I think I put Vampire Survivor still on the schedule. When did I put on the schedule for Preshow tomorrow? Retro achievements. Okay. I might dip in, do some update stuff real quick for Ridercraft and then swap over to Retro Achievos.
Balance regained.
But Metroid free roam clip. The fact that you're free roaming a desert? You mean that thing they announced already? Well before the game came out? I think you need to be more specific, Devil's Buddy, because I'm not sure what you're referring to. Okay. Is it you riding around on a motorcycle in a desert part to get around the places? Because, yeah, that was in trailers before the game came out. We kind of knew that already. Yeah, that was, yeah. Like the Green Crystal part, I think, didn't come out until release, but no, that was in trailers. People knew that was going to happen before the game came out, if I'm being honest. So, I don't know why you're surprised. Not you specifically, Devil Spidey, but you in general. Internet in general. You internet. I don't know why you're surprised, internet. They put that in the trailer. They said that was a thing.
Prove your heart through battle. Sending reinforcements. The fight is picking up.
Yeah, everything I'm seeing from Prime 4 is fine, but also, I'm not the one, the person on this Twitch playing it actively, I assume. Tommy is the one who's playing it. And I'll be honest, if he says it's good, then it's probably good. Yeah, I don't know. Granted, I've watched most of SkillUp's review of Prime 4, and he was not happy with it. And I go, that's fine. SkillUp has his biases.
The fight is picking up. Sending reinforcements. The fight is picking up.
Probably need a bookmark that for tomorrow. Just so I know what's been added.
Pivot your all for perfection. A balanced mix of offense and defense.
Uh-oh. Oh, he still won. I was expecting to have lost there.
Mix of offense and defense.
Apparently HoloLife's co-streaming Game Awards next week. Good for them. I sure as hell ain't. Because I have no desire to. I'll be busy working on my gacha, that custom gacha art candy. If something interesting happens, then something interesting happens.
Can the formation be symmetrical?
So he's still super demon for me thing. Cool. I see. He is basically a goat demon. Cool.
A balanced mix of offense and defense.
Is he not getting his Snickers bar? Because has anyone tried giving him a Snickers bar? That works in the one commercial. Ah, he eats babies. I think I remember you saying that a while back. I mean, he did shoot him with a bullet that killed him. I mean, I'd be upset if I got shot and killed. Thank you.
Heed my call!
Yeah, but this was during Final Crisis. When Darkseid basically won and then Batman showed up and is like, fuck you, take a bullet. After he got smacked by the Grim Reaper Flash person. Black Racer, I think is their name. But Darkseid tried to send him to the Void and Batman walked back through time to come back, so... It's fine. What was I doing? You know, you say that the day I found a Fire Emblem YouTube channel that did not one, not two, but 3 different videos going over the singular Fortune's Weave trailer we have to go over, like, not only the trailer itself, but then what if this is a prequel slash midquel to Three Fates? Not Three Fates. Three Houses. Why did I mix up that and Fates? Three Houses. And then what if this is a sequel to Three Houses? And going over all of the evidence thereof.
Summoning reinforcements.
It was very compelling. Well, the videos were less about the trailer itself. They were more about, here is what we see in the trailer. How does that relate to everything within Three Houses and Three Hopes? So, like, the trailer, they bring up the very valid point of the trailer shows Heroes, Relics, and Crest Stones in play in this game. And crests themselves. That doesn't happen until basically after, like, the major inciting incident of that game that sets up everything to come when you start that game. So it's a little hard for it to be a prequel in, like, a full sense of that word. But it can happen after that incident, but before Three Houses properly starts, possibly in a new region or a new continent. But then, of course, there's the Sothis line that I am almost willing to bet that line is just for the trailer. I can almost bet that Sothis' line about "it's been a while" is purely for the trailer. Just to keep it ambiguous on when this takes place. During the events of Three Houses, yes. But it wasn't until the whole situation with Nemesis and all of that that Crest became a thing, and that is, again, in the backstory of Three Houses. When we're talking about a prequel, we're not talking about a prequel before everything you see in Three Houses. That's more than likely not the case. But what it seems like is, if it's a prequel, it is at the very least after basically that starting cup scene with I can't remember her proper name, but her and Nemesis, after that fight, but before the events of Three Houses start. It is within that time period, not necessarily before all of that. But that's, again, assuming it is a prequel. Again, Sothis being in this whole situation complicates things because, okay, well, by that time, Sothis is dead outright. It wasn't Sothis. It's Rhea's previous name. Rhea's proper name. Because that's not Sothis in that first cutscene. That's Rhea before she was Rhea. And I just do not remember her name offhand.
Heed my call!
But yeah, the analysis was about like the first one is for what's in the trailer, but the other two are more digging into like a lot of the backstory stuff for Three Houses, parsing out, okay, who is what in this situation. And they also bring up the valid point of like everybody, all of the house leaders except Dimitri have some sort of counterpart in this game. Even Yuri has a counterpart. Because Yuri is our main character because they even have the same crest.
Victory favors those who maintain their composure. A balanced mix of offense and defense.
The queen lady is Edelgard. The dancer is Claude. And I forget who the fourth one they had was. But it seems like our dragon man in charge of the cup and stuff might be the Dimitri counterpart. It's also interesting that, like, the prominent crests that are shown in the game are also the ones from the DLC for Three Houses. Which are all the ones that were, like, went missing at a certain point. Also, our Alucard counterpart, our Alucard friend, conspicuously has... Well, I think the stuff is still in there for the DLC, but, like, it's just a case of, like, the 4 crests from the DLC, i.e. the 4 characters you pick up in the DLC, their related crests are the ones prominently featured in Fortune Suite for some reason. It's just one of those, that's odd. It's also odd that our Alucard-looking friend has the exact same skill as the Death Knight and Mercedes, who we know are related. And also is the only one explicitly wielding a hero's relic in the trailer. But then we also have a character who is summoning the big giant beast with a skill, which is also, like, that's suspicious. Mm-hmm.
A balanced mix of offense and defense.
Like, there's clear from this trailer that it feels like, because I believe the person said that this was going to be Intelligent Systems leading the charge on this one, and not Bandai Namco, I believe. Because if I recall correctly, Bandai Namco were the ones who technically developed Three Houses. Whereas this one's going to be developed by Intelligent Systems, who are the normal devs for Fire Emblem. Yeah, I feel like this trailer is just like, it really is Intelligent Systems going, oh yeah, we know people talk about Fire Emblem Three Houses a lot. Let's give them everything to chew on with this trailer. Because even if it's not explicitly supposed to be a follow-up to Three Houses, because apparently somebody high up at Intelligent Systems said they were never going to canonize an ending for Three Houses, meaning we will never go past the story of Three Houses, which is perfectly fine. I honestly think if they did try to canonize an ending to Three Houses, it would just make people mad because they didn't get their ending canonized. Yeah, I think if you ask me, like, okay, where does Fortune Sweep take place? I think it's either within the backstory of Three Houses, meaning they can play with material, but don't necessarily have to worry about the ultimate consequences of this because we know where it goes. Or it is on a continent within the world of world that Fodlan takes place in, and just has elements of Three Houses in it because it's the same world, just a different continent. Which is fine. They've done that before. I don't know. I would assume this is a different team from
Can the formation be
Um,
symmetrical?
the team that did Engage. Which, I'll be honest, I think Engage was kind of probably just rushed out the door. But yeah, everything I've seen seemed good. Like, when it comes to Fire Emblem, we're not really going to know on how Fire Emblem is going to turn out until it's out the door, to be honest. Because, like, the meat of a Fire Emblem game is more than just the tactics gameplay of it.
At your service.
But it's all the story and the character stuff, and you can only really show that so much of that off pre-release. How that ultimately all shakes out is just going to be like, that's going to just have to be when the game comes out. Ultimately, I'm just happy there's another Fire Emblem game. Especially since Engage kind of like landed as a wet fart, and like 3 houses for all of, you know, all the good and cool it was. It wasn't Intelligent Systems doing Fire Emblem, so if like Intelligent Systems to be like, all right, we can take the stuff that was built on 3 houses and build on top of it and do more with it, then like, hey, cool, fantastic. Because yeah, I have not finished in Engage. Granted, I think I start more Fire Emblems than I finish. I think I've only ever finished 4 Fire Emblem games, 6 if we count spinoffs. Because, or no, 7. Because I finished Path of Radiance. I did that for a YouTube series. Hello.
Hello.
I finished Radiant Dawn on stream, modded. I finished Awakening on my own time when it came out. I swear I finished the first GBA Fire Emblem. I don't know if I ever finished the second one, but I know I feel like I've finished the first one. And then I've done both Warriors games. And yeah, I think that's all the Fire Emblems I've finished. But I have started more than that, unfortunately. How's the Prime 3?
Rest time is over.
Do it.
How is the Prime, or not the Prime 3, the Prime 4?
I thought that was what you said. That's why I said the what.
Someone I follow is streaming Prime 3 today, so...
Basically, if anyone likes Prime 1, yeah, Prime 4 is a good, yeah, kind of deal. Because it definitely is following that footstep. The supporting characters that have dialogue, honestly, are not as overbearing as you would expect it to be.
Skillup was so mad about them in his review. He was so upset that he had to listen to them babble on about shit. And I'm like, They can't be
It's a
that
lot less
bad.
than 3. It is a lot less than the little bit we played of 3. Just putting that out there. It basically the same prompts that you would wind up getting in Prime 1, telling you where to go and stuff like that. It pretty much takes that place.
Is
So
it as
it's not constant in your face, but it is there to be helping guide. Instead of it being text, it's vocal now. And they actually kind of wrote the supporting characters in, I'm not going to say a great way, but at least in a good enough way to where you're not just like, oh great, you.
I do love that apparently the reviews for Prime 4 have basically come down to they changed too much or they didn't change enough, and I go, so nobody knows what they wanted for a Prime 4 basically.
Pretty much. Like, honestly, gameplay wise, this reminds me of the first Prime, which is what it needed to be. We didn't need the suit gimmick boss fights that we had in 2. We didn't need companions out the wazoo that you're not going to remember who they are because they have one line and then you never see them again. We didn't need the stuff that 2 and 3 added in. And I feel like this is probably that nice in between where we're like, yes, we have technically more bosses than Prime 1. So it does kind of lean towards the Prime 2 concept in that aspect.
But is there...
We do have companions, which kind of ties in with 3. But we're not... You're going to deal with Morph Ball Bomb Guardian, and then Spider Guardian, every other Guardian there is because you've lost your suit abilities. No.
I was about to say, is there a Morph Ball boss? No? Good. It's already better than 2. That was like the
I'm not
worst.
Gonna say there's not gimmicks, because there is. But they're smart gimmicks pertaining to, the psychic powers that are the core of the game, aka the thing that they needed to focus on.
I just found it funny that they decided to stick Psychic in front of every normal upgrade in the game when you got it. And I was like, I get it. The core gimmick of this game is you now have psychic powers. What makes Psychic Spider Ball any different than regular Spider Ball?
That one is only because of the new hooks that they added where you can basically Spider-Man with the Spider Ball.
Okay.
It's essentially the pole stars from Galaxy is the best representation I can think of it. And it's like, that actually is what Spider Ball would have logically needed to evolve. So I don't hate that.
Yeah. But yeah, Skill Up's review was also like, there's not enough differences from Prime 3 to here, and I go,
oh, there is a ton of differences between.
You sure about that? When was the last time you played any of these Scale Up? Because I know it's not going to be recent, because I know how you fucking operate, sir. You have your biases. I listened to you talk in circles with your Bonanza review because you ran out of things you wanted to talk about, but you had to meet a run time.
I'm not gonna lie, it's been a while since we've touched 3. We gave up on 3, partially because of the motion controls, but yeah. It was not hooking us.
We gave up because it had a terrible ass fucking grind rail segment basically that sucked ass.
I have found that there is a way to map a controller to 3. I've kind of wanted to give it another shot with actual controls because I think the motion controls is its downfall.
Yeah.
Which, for the record, I've not played it with any of the motion controls on 4. I have treated it pure controller. I've not touched any of the motion controls, so I don't know if those help or hurt. But I do know that definitely feels like it functions better than 3 tried to.
Mm-hmm.
I think 3 laid into motion control gimmick too hard. I think 2 laid into the fact that everyone was saying that Prime 1 didn't have enough bosses and overdid it. I'm not saying either game is bad necessarily, because at their core, both of them were still grabbing what Prime kind of got known for.
Mm-hmm.
The landscapes that stand out, that Bill lived in, that have been in the abandoned wasteland moments.
Mhm.
This kind of nails all of those. And I'm like, honestly, this kind of shows that they learned that 2 and 3 might not have been the best Prime games. 2 probably because it was rushed, and 3 because motion controls. And they figured out how to go back to 1 and say, yep, this was the one that worked, we're going with that. Which also then makes me realize, now saying that, why we got 1 remastered and we didn't get 2 and 3.
I assumed at this point the only reason 1 got remastered, or we didn't get 2 and 3 remastered, is because, well, 1 was getting the team set and ready to do this game, and so that's assets and resources for this game. And then it's like, well, we got to make this game, and now that we made this game, maybe we can go back and do 2 and 3. But I'll also be honest, nothing from 2 and 3 matters in 4, as far as I understand.
Nothing in 1 even matters.
Which sounds like how all the Prime games have honestly been.
Yeah, none of the Prime games technically link together. Yes, you can go timeline mentality and they link together that way, but none of them on a story level tie together.
Yeah, Dark Samus is birthed in the post-credit scene of 1. Dark Samus shows up in 2, but that's not really acknowledged in 2 outside of, oh look, Dark Samus is here and causing problems, and that's about it. And then 3, Dark Samus shows back up again to cause problems. But it's not like Dark Samus is a fucking character.
It kind of makes me wonder, because like you said, Dark Samus was essentially birthed at the end of 1. Which meant that we essentially could deem all 3 of the games as, truthfully, like the Phase-On era kind of concept, if you wanted to be meta like that.
I think they have some sort of, like, descriptor for it. I think they call it the Dark Samus trilogy, and this one's supposed to be the start of some new trilogy, according to, I don't know, somebody at Retro, and I'm like, I'm fucking sure. It's not like this first trilogy was that well connected to start with.
I could see it. At the same time, I'm like, okay. They decided to keep the numbering. We didn't spin this off as its own thing.
Hmm.
So yes, while this could be its own standalone trilogy, how long before we start seeing some of the elements from the first trilogy bleed in?
How long until someone's like, ooh, Phase-On again?
I mean, to be fair, we do already in 4 have our Phendrana and Magmor replacements. I called it when we had just the little short snippets of it. I'm like, okay, yeah, we're really patterning after 1 here.
Mm-hmm.
And yep.
I
The
will also...
overworld is our first area, and Ruins is our overworld.
out
Which
of
is
curiosity,
funny that they got inter-swapped like that.
out of curiosity, do you have music when you're driving around the bike without the amiibo?
I haven't paid attention because they litter the overworld with the green crystal shards, so it's usually, ooh, hit that, ooh, go hit that, ooh, go hit that, ooh, okay, I'm here where I'm supposed to be.
Okay, because I was seeing people like being upset that like the amiibo changes the music on the bike, and that's the only way you get music on the bike. And I go, This seems like less of a problem than some of y'all are making this out to be.
It really kind of is because it's weird for as Nintendo of an open world as we got. And I say that because all of Nintendo's open worlds have been empty wastelands of nothing. And this is another one of them.
Mm-hmm.
There's enough with the green crystal shards and enough points of interest on it where you're almost not treating it as that. Not to mention this is a very small open world compared to what they've done in the past few games.
Yeah. I'm willing to bet the music is like how the music is in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, where it's there, but it's really softened in the background, and if you're not listening for it, you're not going to hear it.
That or I've just gotten to the point where I really don't pay much mind to that.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the bike is honestly far better feeling overall than I was expecting it to be.
That's good.
And they might have realized most of the sequence breaks that the bike could have gotten you in and found ways to cleverly tone it down. I'm not going to say eliminate because I'm sure there's still ways, because I did find out that the dismounting of the bike, if you know what you're doing from previous Prime Tech, you can send Samus over ledges, which could lead to, if you found a broken spot in the invisible walls that they've put all over the place, you're going to get out of bounds. It's going to happen.
Oh no! People found tech. Whatever will we do?
It's one of those I've already seen that, and I'm like, yeah. It's a matter of time before that gets found, kind of deal, if it hasn't already.
I will also be upfront. I have already seen the ending, and I assume it's the 100% ending. I tried to double check and make sure, but everything I saw said it was the 100% ending.
I have not, but I'm assuming I'm fixing to be in the either final area or final to final area. It's either going to be the final area, and then you get one last shot before going into like final boss, or you go back to the tower like I'm kind of expecting, and that's where final boss is.
Apparently, the game is very explicitly tells you this is the you cannot.
I did see that part of it where it's like, if you continue, you are not coming back.
And apparently, you have to do like a copy save to go back to clean up. Maybe. I was seeing that discussion in a Discord.
But I don't really see anything that stays permanent locked.
I think it's a case like any other Metroid where it's like, hey, you beat the game. Now you gotta go into the New Game Plus. With whatever completion you got.
The only thing that I can think of, I might have missed something in the very opening part of it, but I'm not 100% in that.
Oh, like a scannable?
Yeah. I'm not 100% in that because it looks like everything is doable after that intro segment there. So I might not have, but yeah, that's the only thing I'm kind of still sitting at this point, and I'm like, I might have, but I might not have.
Mm-hmm.
I've sent the invite, by the way.
Okay. Are we doing Cubiverse?
Yes.
Okay. I wasn't sure, since you put in the stuff for year end. I didn't know if you had the schedule ready and we were starting it tonight, or...
I put dates in there.
It wasn't showing up for me. I tried it yesterday and it didn't go through.
Yeah, the dates are still on there. I don't have the dates in the Cubiverse thing. Which, now that I'm thinking about it, I probably should, mark what we've done.
Okay, I'm just stupid, and I'm just like, where would he have posted the schedule? All right, the last place I would think to check, i.e., the first place I should have checked. I'd be stupid. Capturing rights. Captured rights.
Yeah, it did finally decide to cooperate. I noticed it didn't want to cooperate for you yesterday, so that's why I was like, oh. I don't know why I added the command like we've always added commands, but apparently it just didn't want to take for that one.
Sounds about right.
I cleared it, put it back in, and it was fine. So I'm like, sure, whatever.
Okay. Oh, why did it turn off? There it goes. I think I'm all set up.
Dashboard's updated.
I got the dashboard stuff.
Okay. Should be good then.
All right, I'll take the stream now. We'll be right back with Crash Cubiverse here in a second, folks.